Good morning, Ryle High School. Just wanted to take this time to talk about our RAP system. So starting just some logistical parts of that, and then we'll get into some specifics. First thing, we will be in Monday RAP obviously today. We will be in Monday RAP Tuesday when we return from Labor Day weekend. And then we start live with our RAP workshops on Wednesday. So you will have to have selections for your workshops for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. First, so I want to take a little bit of time for those of you that are new, just to kind of introduce RAP, just let everyone know, and we've made some changes, just talk about those changes. First, RAP, for those of you that don't know, you freshmen and all of our new students, RAP is the time in your day that you have to kind of take some ownership of your own education. What we want you to do is if you need help in math, you schedule yourself into that teacher's workshop. Teachers will schedule you, and if you have to take a makeup test, instead of having to stay after school, come before school, you can do that because we'll have workshops labeled makeups. And then there's also time built in for if you just need some time to just work on something or work at a computer, do some research. So there's a plethora of options that you have with RAP. Some specifics for those of you that are older to the system. Almost every workshop that's going to be a core content, not a common area workshop, is going to be labeled open team. So if you take U.S. history, you'll be able to only access other U.S. history teachers. If you take U.S. history, you won't be able to access our freshman level geography teachers. That's a function to kind of keep those rooms set. So you're going to have to be. That's a little bit of a change that we've made. Our ILT leaders have done a phenomenal job setting these workshops up as open team. You will see when you get into the system, you will see enrichments. Enrichments are just that. It's a time to kind of extend your learning. Some of them are just fun. Like we have the gym open. If you want to go to the gym, if you want to go to the band room, if you want to go to the AB honor roll area. So the enrichment areas, and there's going to be others that are labeled enrichments. However, those things are only for students that are taking care of business in the classroom. There will be an intervention report that's run every week. If you're failing more than 2 classes, when you log into RAP, you won't be able to see those interventions. So if you don't see the gym or some type of intervention or enrichment class as an option, that means that means you're failing 2 or more classes. At that point, you need to speak to a teacher, see what's going on, come talk to one of us, but don't come to us and say, I don't see these, I'm passing, because we run that every week. Teachers, that's why it's vastly important that we're constantly keeping grades up to date, because we run that every Friday. So that's what the enrichments are. You will notice this year, if you returning students, that we have new labels for our classes. We're taking away last names, trying to really just use it as, if you're a U.S. history person, you're all, it's our students. If you're in Algebra 1, it's not just Ms. Honecker's Algebra 1 class, it's everyone is teaching the Algebra 1. So you will see these listed as one of 3 ways. One would be the ILT or the class, so Algebra 1, and then current standards, or they'll actually be specific with the type of standard that's being taught. That's for you. That's for the students to know, hey, if I need help with a certain standard or a certain learning target, you can go into that workshop and know exactly what's being worked on at that time. Your teachers have learning targets on their board. You know what the standards you're working on, so you can be specific and know that you're getting that direct help when you go into those workshops. The other one you'll see is makeups. If you missed a formative assessment, or if you missed some type of summative assessment, some type of assessment that you need time to just go in and make up, you'll go to the makeup lab. So biology makeups, if you need to retake, and that teacher who's running that workshop will have those assessments there, and you'll have time to set those assessments, to do those assessments. And then they will be returned to the teacher that you do have. And then the last one is previous standards. If you guys, I know your teachers are talking about some of the makeup policies that we have. If you fail a summative assessment, you have to do certain items in order to assess a retake. And I know every department's a little bit different on that, but you have a set amount of time before you can take that next summative assessment. In order to get help and do some of those other assignments before you can take that other assessment, you need to go to the previous standards workshop. So if I failed a summative assessment, say a Unit 1 assessment, if I failed that and I wanted to remediate it, if I failed it on a Friday, the whole next week, I would schedule myself at some point into the previous standards workshop. At that point, I would do the assignments that are necessary that my teachers have laid out necessary for me to access a retake of that summative. Once you reach that point, you schedule yourself into the makeups workshop, and at that point, that's when you will retake that summative assessment, and then that will be returned to your teacher. So again, 3 things. Current standards, some of them are pretty specific, which is great. That's what we're working towards. But current standards is the stuff that you're working on right now. Previous standards are things that were in the previous unit that will help access the 3rd category, which is the makeups lab. So if there's anything you've missed a day of school, you have to make up something, the makeups lab is where that will be. All of you, every student here, your default, if you do not choose, is silent reading. The system will not let you choose after 10 o'clock in the morning. So we have RAP at 10:35. By 10 o'clock, if you have not made a choice, you will be defaulted to silent reading. And that silent reading is in the auditorium. All this information will be on the RAP workshop, the SOS system. We'll get to that here in a second. So again, you will be defaulted. But if you want to make changes, you have up until 10 o'clock so you have 35 minutes before RAP starts to make changes if you need to, go into a different workshop. With silent reading, with all of these things, our agenda is crucial. You have a barcode in your agenda that your Monday RAP teacher handed out to you. You will look at that barcode, and that barcode will gain access when you go to silent reading. We'll have scanners in that area, in the library, in a lot of our common big areas in order to quickly and efficiently scan students in so we can take attendance. Attendance is run. At the end of it, it goes to Mr. Pastora. He double checks that information. That way we can check attendance and make sure that students are accountable. One thing that's new this year too is the assistant principals we're not having RAP Orange. And so RAP Orange is one of our things for students that aren't taking advantage of our systems, maybe failing multiple classes, not choosing wisely. We will pull you into a RAP Orange. If that happens, you'll be with us. Now, we will have more administrators in the hallways as we do not have a set 4-day schedule. I might have 2 days where I'm in the hallways on the first floor or on the second floor, just making sure students are where they're supposed to be. All normal rules apply to RAP, cell phones, tardies, all of those things apply to RAP when we go to this workshop, and we track it all through our system. So our next steps, that's kind of the logistical part, some of the specifics. Next steps, if you're a returning student, so you went to Ryle last year and you have logged into this system before, you are going to, when I get finished, you're going to try to log into the system again. If the system fails or anything, just kind of keep resetting. Teachers, at that point, after you answer all the questions, you may return cell phones back to your students in order for them to access this. This is just for your returning students. So you're going to log in. All of my Monday RAP teachers were given a roster with student ID numbers on it. It was taped to your door yesterday. If you can't, you can access the student ID through Infinite Campus. Once you do that, that's how students will log into the system. So you'll see the bar at the bottom that'll say create, or if you forget your password from last year, create or reset. Click that button and then it resets. All of this is accessible through our school website under students, student resources, and then the Raider Achievement Program RAP, and you'll see the login there. So students, bookmark that page, do whatever you need to on your phone. So for my new students, so all freshmen and anybody who's new, the system is not at this time ready for you to log in. It will be on Tuesday when we have Monday Wrap. So teachers in those classes, what I want you to do, if you have a new student who's never logged into the system, I want you to make sure that those students know what their student ID number is. This will make it easier for Tuesday when they go and log in and they register their account. So again, returning students, I want you to try to log in today. New students, you're going to log in on Tuesday. Now, you will not be able to schedule workshops at this time either. So don't worry about that part of it. Right now we're kind of taking it step by step. Tuesday is the day that everybody will schedule themselves into workshops. So your teachers have your student ID. If there are issues, I am headed back to my office. As soon as I get finished, teachers, if you have issues, I will be in my office. You can also send them down to the media center. Ms. Hansard will help troubleshoot any questions. With that being said, most of it is if the student has the student ID, if they're a returner, if they have their student ID, they can reset their password themselves. But if a student has an issue, send them down to either the media center to talk to Ms. Hansard, or you can give me a call or send the students down to my office. And that's kind of the basics of what we're doing. Again, you will not be able to sign up for workshops until Tuesday. And Tuesday, what you will do is when we have Monday Wrap on Tuesday, teachers, our ask is that you make sure that your students are scheduled. My goal is for Wednesday when we go live that very few students be scheduled or defaulted into silent reading. So last thing I want to say, they gave me a mic, obviously. So actually I asked for the mic. But with everything that's going on, guys, I just want to echo what Mr. Turner said. I know that everyone's grieving. The big thing that Mr. Turner said this morning is, I know everyone's grieving in their own way, and you have to respect that. And I've already seen a couple of social media rumors. Mr. Turner's talked about the rumor thing. If there's something, you need to bring it to one of us. Respect the people that are grieving in their own way. It's a long weekend. If you need to reach out in some of those ways we talked to. Send one of us an email. Let us know. It is okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not reach out. You need to reach out. We will get in contact. We love you guys. I hope you guys are progressing through your day. If you need someone to talk to, come talk to us. Thank you very much.